Facing a judge. New tonight on Our News, live at 7, a man accused of attempted murder gets his day in court. Prosecutors allege his gun malfunctioned during a December 10th incident on Eleuthera. Plus, the former Prime Minister and FNM leader Hubert Ingram says he doesn't believe there is a call for convention. This as the party battles public scrutiny over its current leadership. And the 16th stop on the Ministry of Tourism's North American tour promoting the islands of the Bahamas. Then in Our News at 7:30, the American housewife accused of plotting the murder of her husband says she wants to go back to the United States to await her trial in the Bahamas. We'll tell you what came out of her court hearing today. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candido Knowles. A man is facing an attempted murder charge after police say he pointed a gun at a man and pulled the trigger. Police say the incident took place at the dock in Atchett Bay, Eleuthera on December 10th. According to police, Ginaldo Farrington's gun malfunctioned, enabling his intended target, Shervin Emmanuel, to disarm him and turn the .38 revolver over to police. 34-year-old Farrington wasn't asked to plead to charges of attempted murder, possession of a firearm with the intent to endanger life, possession of an unlicensed firearm, and possession of ammunition when he stood before Acting Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley. Bail was denied. He's expected back in court on April 18th to be indicted. And a Grand Bahama man is in hot water after police say he was found with illegal drugs. Officers say they were patrolling Waddell Avenue when they saw the suspect acting suspiciously. They searched him and say they found marijuana. Police did not say the estimated weight or street value of the drugs. Meanwhile, former Prime Minister and leader of the Free National Movement, Hubert Ingram, says he doesn't believe there is a call for convention. The FNM has had some controversy the past few weeks, with many in and out of the party calling on the leadership to hold a national convention. Ingram made a comment after former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis presented him a copy of his new book, The Power of Determination, at Ingram's Caves Village office. Dr. Minnis has been accused of undermining Michael Pintard's leadership and is rumored by some party insiders to be eyeing a return as FNM leader. Recently, former Cabinet Minister Desmond Bannister, in an open letter, called for a national convention for the party, which Pintard called a blip on the radar. When asked about Bannister's stance, former Prime Minister Ingram had this to say.
This so-called call for a convention by Desmond, who, like me, is not active at all, doesn't go to meeting hardly, right? And to wake up one morning and decide, have a convention. Please, don't do that to us.
All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, including highlights from the Ministry of Tourism's 16th stop on its ongoing North American tour. But we want to call your attention now to our ongoing Our News giveaway. Now, that giveaway began yesterday, and here's how it works. I want to walk you through it. You'll have to spot Holly in our Thursday and Friday broadcast. As we said, it started yesterday, so Holly showed up yesterday. It'll give you a chance to win fabulous prizes this December. Once you've spotted Holly, you leave a comment under the Our News live stream on Facebook. Then tune in every Saturday and Sunday to catch the announcement of our lucky holiday winners. Don't miss out. The holiday hunt begins on Our News Weekend Edition starting this Saturday. It's time for your first look at temperatures and meteorologist Greg Thompson. He's standing by in the Weather Center. And Greg, I know you said with the conditions that we're facing now, we're expecting to see that go into Sunday. And you were telling me about swells, waves over at the Malis property, that
big one,
that bend. Yeah.
Up there by Sapadilla, right around that bend, and also I got some footage from the Glass Window Bridge. It is horrible out there.
Wow, so that means perhaps some erosion even.
Yeah, well, beach erosion, some coastal erosion. Of course, this is enhanced even more when you have high tide. So if you're living on the shoreline, it's it's a problem.
All right, so if you're traveling west, beware.
Just be careful if you're making rounds out there on the streets, especially the coastal roads. But yeah, this weather, this wicked weather is going to remain with us for at least another, 2 days before things clear up. There is a low pressure system in the Gulf of Mexico that we're going to talk about a little later. That's going to be moving in our direction. But the winds are still whipping up out there, 73 degrees, mostly cloudy. East winds, 23 miles per hour, and that has been the trend for the last, 48 hours. And we will continue to see those winds through tomorrow as it is expected to increase even more. Feels like temperature on the outside, 73 degrees. Freeport right now, it's 69 with some showers nearby. 73 over in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. 74 in Allenstown, Bimini. Great Harbor Key, Nicholstown, Andros, Governor's Harbor, you guys are all 75. Central Bahamas, 74 in Kemps Bay. You have some showers nearby as well. As in Arthurstown, 75 there. 77's in Georgetown, Deadman's Key. Coburn Townsend, Salvador, 74. And into the Southeast Bahamas, upper 70s with 78. Duncantown, Ragged Island, Delectable Bay. Matthewtown, Inagua. Abrams Bay, 76. Providenciales, 75. And you don't want to miss out Colonel Hill, Cricket Island. You guys are 77 at this hour. Satellite and radar composite showing a real mess across the northwest Bahamas. That frontal boundary, that is quasi-stationary, is basically not going to move very much. We have a big plume of moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. Low pressure starting to develop, and that low will be making its trek towards us. Combination of the high to the north, the low, and the front. That's what's causing the winds, and we are going to see those winds kick up once again tomorrow. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on our news, City 16. We are in Seattle as the Ministry of Tourism promotes the destination in the Pacific Midwest. We'll show you the meeting room transformation with a truly Bahamian touch. And decking the streets of downtown Nassau. Find out the December to remember in tonight's Work in Progress segment. Plus, the world needs more SATAs. Caribbean bottling partners with the Salvation Army this Christmas for the launch of its holiday campaign. When Our News returns.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
From a trade show to a Bahamian familiarization luncheon, the Ministry of Tourism pulling out the stops in Seattle for 2 days just ahead of inaugural service from this Pacific Midwest city. Berthany McDermott has highlights.
This regular meeting room transformed by the Ministry of Tourism in a matter of hours to host travel industry prospects ahead of Alaska Airlines' inaugural flight to Nassau. The main course served up by Tourism Director General Latia Duncombe included a healthy serving of all the destination offers.
We offer you a Caribbean of islands within the islands of the Bahamas. We have amazing partnerships. And today I'm dubbing it City 16.
But what does that mean? It's the 16th stop on the ministry's North American tour promoting the islands of the Bahamas. It comes on the heels of a record-breaking 8 million visitors at the end of October. But she wasn't the only act on the event card Thursday. Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board Chief Executive Officer Joy Jibrilu giving a glimpse into how good business is going, supported by the heavy online traffic.
4 weeks ago, we saw a 120% increase in visits to our website from the Seattle Tacoma region when compared to the same period last year. And last week, that traffic from Seattle was up 81%. So year-to-date visits from Seattle is up a total of 108%, meaning that the interest is there.
But Seattle natives interested in the Bahamas didn't only hear about a great destination. They also got a taste of Bahamian culture live and in color. Alaska Air's service from Seattle to Nassau is the 101st destination for the airline and is already a convenient and cheaper option for Bahamians living in the area.
This is going to mean the world to me because it's going to make it so much easier for me to get home. This is the first flight from Seattle directly to the Bahamas. And in the past, I've had to do a lot of hops just to reach the Bahamas and then go on further into the outer islands. So this is going to be extremely convenient.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Berthany. Earlier this week, we told you how the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs is bringing holiday cheer to an over-the-hill community. But the ministry is also playing a major role in decking the streets of downtown Nassau. Joshua Williams has more in our latest Work in Progress segment.
While Cosmo Ellis has brought Christmas over the hill, Keandra Gardner is bringing the magic of Christmas to the more traditional areas downtown like Pompey Square and Bay Street. It's all a part of the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs in its December to Remember Christmas campaign. It's seeking to give residents a unique experience.
There will definitely be a lot of the favorites that were here last year with the cutouts, the sleighs, and those different elements. This year for the tree, we added something very different here in Pompey Square that we haven't seen, that we're hoping people will come out to enjoy. I don't want to get too much into it because I want people to come out and experience it.
This year's unique theme also makes the light show special.
One of the other great things that we have is a bit of a maze going into Weston Esplanade. And because it's an Island Holidays theme, we want to introduce people or reintroduce people to a lot of the Christmas holiday traditions we have as Bahamians.
And speaking of the islands, Gardner says decorations are already up.
I definitely want to encourage everyone to go down to the government complex and get a bit of a taste of the December to Remember experience. And then, of course, in North Eleuthera, you have an element there, Central Eleuthera, as well as in Rocksound in South Eleuthera. And I definitely want to thank the government of the Bahamas for entrusting Island Pros International, its team, over the last now 3 years to create these memorable experiences for persons to enjoy.
Reporting for Work in Progress for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Joshua. Caribbean Bottling Company partnering with the Salvation Army this Christmas for the launch of its holiday campaign under the theme, The World Needs More Santas. Coca-Cola releasing special edition holiday cans to spread Christmas joy and encourage the spirit of giving this holiday season. Marketing Director Jonathan Thornbury details what the campaign entails.
The image of Santa Claus has also always been a integral part of the Coca-Cola Christmas campaign. And if you will see our Christmas cans that are available now, Santas are on the cans, and it's just a way of celebrating the festive season. And Coca-Cola is all about creating magical moments. So through our gift giving or partnership with the Salvation Army and all of our Christmas themed activities, we try to encourage that Christmas spirit.
And Thornbury explains why you should get involved.
We hear the bell ringing. It's part of the, I guess, how we know it's Christmas time, and they're there for a reason, and they need help, and any little bit helps, so I do encourage persons that when they come out and they see the bell ringers to stop by, and if it's a little bit of change or if it's a little bit more, you're feeling a little generous, we really encourage that. And we're here, we're partnering with them, so as you make a donation, we're here to give away ice cold Coca-Colas and keep that magic flowing.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the Israeli military confirms it has killed 3 Israeli hostages by mistake, the latest in the ongoing war on Hamas. Plus, we'll tell you Prince Harry's landmark phone hacking victory over UK tabloids. And Guyana and Venezuela agree not to use force in its ongoing border dispute. When our news returns.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and to be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Tragic events unfolding in Gaza as 3 Israeli hostages were mistakenly killed by their own military during ground operations. Israeli officials confirmed as much and expressed deep sorrow and have since launched an investigation. Meanwhile, a U.S. envoy announced discussions with Israel on scaling back combat in the war against Hamas. Talks include the potential return of Palestinian security forces, sparking opposition from Israel. The conflict, triggered by an October 7 Hamas attack, has displaced 80% of Gaza's population, despite global unease over civilian casualties. In a landmark victory, Prince Harry triumphed over Mirror Group newspapers in a British court. A judge ruled the tabloid engaged in habitual illegal activity, including hiring private investigators for snooping and illegal phone hacking over a decade. This latest chapter in tabloid law breaking dates back to 1998, exposing a history of phone hacking targeting royals, politicians, and ordinary citizens. Despite the judge's award of modest damages to Harry, The case could cost Mirror Group significantly more.
Today's ruling is vindicating and affirming. I've been told that slaying dragons will get you burned, but in light of today's victory and the importance of doing what is needed for a free and honest press, it is a worthwhile price to pay. The mission continues.
Meanwhile, Apple has introduced enhanced iPhone security with the stolen device protection feature. Going beyond passcodes, users now need Face ID or Touch ID to access data, providing an extra layer against theft. For critical actions, a security delay has been implemented. This innovation, the company says, aims to safeguard personal data, particularly when passcodes are compromised. Currently in beta, it will be available for all iPhone users in the upcoming software update. Leaders of Guyana and Venezuela concluded peace talks in St. Vincent and the Grenadines Thursday, agreeing both countries will not directly or indirectly threaten or use force against each other in any circumstances. A joint declaration of Argyle emphasizes commitment to dialogue and peace. The agreement outlines key points, including a pledge to resolve disputes under international law. The leaders expressed dedication to good neighborliness and vowed to continue dialogue. The next meeting is scheduled in Brazil within 3 months.
The two states will cooperate to avoid incidents on the ground conducive to tension between them. In the event of such an incident, the two states will immediately communicate with one another. The Caribbean Community, CARICOM, the Community of Latin American and the Caribbean, CELAC, and the President of Brazil to contain, reverse, and prevent its recurrence.
And St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew unveiled a 2024 budget plan with major perks. Civil servants, pensioners, and step workers are now to receive a 50% Christmas bonus. Non-civil servants will get a $500 bonus. No new taxes, and a corporate income tax rate has been fixed at 25% as of January 1st, 2024. National minimum wage will also see an increase to $10.75 per hour, rising to $12.50 from July 1st, 2024. Civil servants and pensioners will also enjoy an 8% salary increase. A financial education, savings program, and Social Security pension hike is also included in the fiscal package, with a 40% increase in the existing funeral grant benefit. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was December 15th. Then in our news at 7:30, the economist that's touting tourism arrivals and how they're contributing to the post-pandemic recovery. And the senator that's keeping the marital rate debate alive, saying, "I'm certain change will come." The story when our news returns.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and to be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends.
Welcome back to Our News. It's time now to turn on Spotlight on events that shaped the day that was December 15th. Take a look.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1897, Robert Henry Sawyer became Speaker of the House of Assembly. He served in office for less than a year before stepping down and was replaced by Francis Abraham Holmes. Then, 82 years later, in 1979, Jamaican and international recording group Bob Marley and the Wailers performed their only concert in the Bahamas at the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center. The concert tour was to promote their latest album, Survival. On December 15, 2007, Bahamian-owned Sands Bear was officially launched in Freeport, Grand Bahama. Owner James Jimmy Sands and family have a long heritage in the liquor and beverage business, and in 2008 completed their dream of owning and operating their own 100% Bahamian brewery. And in 2017, after serving as president of the Court of Appeal for just over 7 years, members of the judiciary and legal profession bid farewell to Dame Anita Allen. A special retirement sitting in the court on the day brought attorneys and jurists together to remember a giant in the legal profession. Then, in world history in 1939, the film Gone with the Wind had its world premiere in Atlanta. In 1964, Canada's Parliament adopted a new national flag with a red maple leaf on a white background. 1966 saw the death of Walt Disney, the American animator who created Mickey Mouse.
The Chinese government donating $70,000 to disaster reconstruction efforts. The money will be used to support the ongoing construction of a hurricane shelter and community center on Abaco. Chinese ambassador to the Bahamas, Jing Li Dai, making the donation after getting a tour of the project and storm-damaged areas in Abaco.
It's really good for me to be actually on the ground and to see Abaco as it is 4 years after Hurricane Dorian. And I have to say I'm really impressed by what I saw on this island. And, for me, it's like also with mixed feelings because I could still see the remnants of the devastation. So I could imagine how on September the 1st, the people of Abaco had to go through.
The recent donation is the second show of support from China for the shelter project. Earlier this year, the country donated $41,000 towards the effort. State Minister with responsibility for the Disaster Reconstruction Authority, Masla Rhoda.
China has demonstrated benevolence in the past and continue to do so. This is another contribution towards defraying the cost of the shelter / community center in Abaco.
All right, to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, remember you can visit ournews.bs. And a reminder about the newest Our News giveaway, which began yesterday. This time you can join the festive frenzy on Our News Weekend. Here's how it works. You'll have to spot Holly in our Thursday and Friday broadcast for your chance to win fabulous prizes this December, and that's this Friday. We began yesterday, so you've got to yesterday and today to look out for Holly. Once you've spotted Holly, you've got to leave a comment under the Our News live stream on Facebook. Then tune in every Saturday and Sunday. You'll catch the announcement of the lucky holiday winners. Don't miss out. The holiday hunt begins on Our News Weekend Edition starting this Saturday. It's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall with the latest headlines. And Italia, I'm curious if you started your Christmas shopping yet?
I've gotten all gifts already.
You've beat me.
Everyone will be smiling, including you.
Okay. Well, I didn't know we were doing secrets. So now you put me on blast, so it means I got to get you.
So get your shopping started.
I will.
All right, thanks so much. Well, an economist touting tourism rivals and their contribution to the country's post-pandemic recovery. Plus, a senator says she's certain change will come over marital rape. Here are your latest headlines. New tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, an American woman accused of plotting the murder of her husband, making a request to the Supreme Court. We have the details coming up. Also, police in Bimini investigating a suspected drowning that claimed the life of a man. That story straight ahead. Plus, senators are weighing in on the topic of marital rape. And later, the Bahamas welcoming millions of visitors this year. Hear how the record-breaking numbers are impacting our economy when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
Today, like
Doctors Hospital's reimagined primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new, modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnosis and true personalized treatment begin. With locations across New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Exuma, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshos.com.
Have you heard that sound? It's the sound of us. Since our origins, we burst music. Our sounds mix together. So let us hear your sound too. Your sound of passion, of joy, of friendship. The sound of your style and the beat of your night. It's time to play together the sound of Guinness, the sounds of greatness.
Home is where my journey began, where my dreams found their roots. It's in every step I take, a dance of connection to my heritage and this land.
Home is the people who shape your soul. It's the laughter of those you love that help you see the magic in life's simplest gifts.
Home has seen me through life's challenges. Is where I found the strength to overcome adversity. Where I turned pain into purpose.
In every stitch and every shared moment, the spirit of Bahama handprints and the spirit of home live on. Cherish your own definitions of home and explore the beauty.
Welcome to Our News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Atalia Hall. Lindsay Shiver, the American housewife accused of plotting the murder of her husband, Robert Shiver, wants to go back to the United States as she awaits her trial. The prosecution did not oppose the application on the condition that she doesn't come within 100 feet of her husband, the alleged target of the murder plot. Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson is scheduled to deliver a decision on the application to vary the terms of Shiver's $100,000 cash bail on December 21st. Now, Shiver was prohibited from leaving the country until she received her voluntary bill of indictment, which was served earlier this month. She was arrested in Abaco on July 21st after police allegedly uncovered the murder plot while searching her Bahamian lover's cell phone while he was under arrest for another crime. Shiver is charged along with her Bahamian boyfriend Terrence Bethel and his friend Farron Newbold Jr. They have pleaded not guilty, and a trial date is set for March 4th. Well, police are investigating a suspected drowning that claimed the life of a man in Bimini. It happened around 3 p.m. Tuesday. Police say that's when the captain of a fishing vessel reported that a crew member was retrieved from waters near Kisal Bank following a fishing expedition. Due to bad weather conditions in the area, the vessel has been unable to dock in Bimini. Police say it's still unclear as to what happened, and an autopsy will be performed to determine the exact cause of death. A recent and deadly shark attack grabbing international headlines. Our Joshua Williams speaking to a local shark expert who dives into the behavior of sharks and what you can do in the event you come face to face with one.
The Bahamas does not have a shark problem.
Andre Musgrove is a Bahamian diver, underwater photographer, and shark expert. Simply put, he knows a lot about sharks. So I asked him about the recent concerns following a deadly shark attack that killed an American woman earlier this month. Musgrove says while he's not familiar with the facts, it's important for visitors to properly research.
Just like when you travel to any other country and you do your research about what's on the land or the activities to do around, I think it's important for people traveling to the Bahamas specifically to do their research on the ocean, the animals that live there.
He says these actions can vary, but a big concern is chumming.
You throwing fish in the water after cleaning fish is chumming. You throwing some food or anything for attracting a sea animal like a turtle or ray is chumming. You doing a deliberate shark dive to attract sharks to the area is chumming. You shooting a fish and you having the fish on the end of the spear and the sharp pieces of the fish go all over the place, that's chumming.
Some residents also calling for sharks to be tagged.
It's like you're able to track where the shark goes in a general area based on how many receivers that you have out there to relay the information. I think shark tagging is a good idea because it helps us understand where these animals go, where they go to feed or breed or just travel, and we can use that information to come up with sustainable solutions to better impact how humans can coexist with these animals.
Fishermen and water sports operators also calling for harvesting. Musgrove disagrees.
There are countries that have no sharks, that they might have overfished their sharks, and due to that, their fisheries have drastically dropped due to the importance that sharks play in the marine ecosystem.
Now, while preventative measures are key, here's what you can do should you encounter a shark.
To remain calm, move slowly, keep your eye in the direction of the shark so you can see where it is. No frantic splashing or kicking or turning your back away swimming from the animal. You want to keep eye contact so you know where it is and you know how to act accordingly, because your whole plan should be trying to get out the water as soon and safely as possible in a calm manner.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. Well, the issue of marital rape has been a hot-button topic this year, and senators are weighing in on the notion that criminalizing marital rape has been pushed aside. Prodessa Moore, a women's rights activist, telling a local daily that she believes the bill was pushed on the sideline while government focused more on the Protection Against Violence Act. Senator Michaela Barnett Ellis agrees.
Initially, when this dialogue started about women's rights and marital rape and protection against violence, it was really about marital rape, and protection against violence came afterwards. And then it seemed to overtake the story, being pushed by social services. Let's pass the legislation, because what's going to happen is 5 years are going to pass and we're still not going to pass this legislation, and that is becoming a really horrible pattern that we're having right now.
However, President of the Senate, Lachelle Adderley, disagrees. She says the Protection Against Violence Act was designed to protect everyone in society.
It's something that we all need to continue to lobby for and advocate for, because I firmly believe that marital rape should be criminalized. And I'm sure that I'm not speaking just for myself personally. I'm sure I'm speaking for a lot of persons in different sectors in the society. And so with anything that we desire change in, we must continue to advocate for and lobby for, and I'm certain that the change will come.
Well, we have much more to get to tonight, but get ready for the holiday excitement with Our News. Join the festive frenzy on Our News Weekend Edition. It all started yesterday. Spot Holly in our Thursday and Friday broadcast for a chance to win fabulous prizes this December. Once you've spotted Holly, leave a comment on the Our News live stream on Facebook. Then tune in every Saturday and Sunday to catch the announcement of our lucky holiday winners. Don't miss out on the holiday hunt. It all kicks off on Our News Weekend Edition starting this Saturday. Happy hunting and happy holidays. Well, joining us now with your first look at temperatures is meteorologist Greg Thompson. Greg, lots of rain today.
Yep, some cooler temperatures.
And I saw this video going around with, lots of flood water. I think that was West Bay Street.
Yeah, I saw one from Glass Window Bridge, and that's, wow. I believe it's closed now because it was really rough out there. It's going to be rough like that for the next day or two before things start to clear up. But front is coming through, but we'll tell you more about that later on. But it's nice outside, 72 degrees and mostly cloudy skies, and it is windy. It was 23 miles per hour early in the newscast. Now the winds are gone up to 24, and they are gusting higher. Feels like temperature is a comfortable 73. Satellite radar composite showing a lot of moisture associated with a stationary boundary across the northwest Bahamas and a developing low-pressure system in the Gulf of Mexico. All of that will combine to keep us under unsettled weather pattern across the northwest Bahamas. Some isolated showers could possibly get into the central Bahamas, but a strong high pressure to the north of that combining with the other two ingredients, the front and the low, that's going to continue to keep us on a windy pattern through the remainder of the weekend. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. We'll tell you more about your extended forecast later on.
Still to come in our news, the Bahamas welcoming thousands of visitors for 2023. Tourism officials are attributing the country's success to post-pandemic recovery. Also, our birthing McDermott visiting Starbucks country as Alaska Airlines now offers non-stop flights between Seattle and Nassau. And later, Grand Bahama gearing up for its 2024 New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade. Hear why some of the participating Junkanoo groups say it's a show you don't want to miss when our news continues.
Home is where my journey began, where my dreams found their roots. It's in every step I take, a dance of connection to my heritage and this land.
Home is the people who shape your soul. It's the laughter of those you love that help you see the magic in life's simplest gifts.
Home has seen me through life's challenges. Is where I found the strength to overcome adversity. Where I turned pain into purpose.
In every stitch and every shared moment, the spirit of Bahama handprints and the spirit of home live on. Cherish your own definitions of home and explore the beauty of Bahama handprints.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us.
The Bahamas has celebrated a record-breaking 8 million visitors to our shores so far this year, but are we seeing the impact in our economy? Executive Director and Senior Policy Fellow of Government Public Policy Institute at the University of the Bahamas, Zhivago Lang, says it is having an impact.
This record-breaking is contributing significantly to the recovery we've been having since the pandemic. That's why we're able to see growth. That's why we're able to see more jobs being created. That's why we're able to see more business activity. And so clearly it has benefited us in terms of economic activity. But I do think that the degree of that impact, to the extent that Bahamians in the main feel more prosperous, feel more benefited. That has not yet translated, not in any significant way.
And Lang says for it to translate into the average Bahamian, it would require a deeper dynamic within the tourism sector.
You want the numbers and you want the quality to be such that those people who are coming have discretionary income to spend and to spend in quality ways. But to some degree, their spending may be reflective of the fact that you're not doing the kinds of things that could make them spend some more. So that's an entrepreneurial opportunity maybe for more Bahamians. So there has to be a deeper dynamic within the Bahamian touristic sector.
While the Ministry of Tourism pulling out all the stops in Seattle for 2 days just ahead of the inaugural service from this Pacific Midwest city to the Bahamas. Our Bertha McDermott has the highlights. Let's see.
This regular meeting room transformed by the Ministry of Tourism in a matter of hours to host travel industry prospects ahead of Alaska Airlines' inaugural flight to Nassau. The main course served up by Tourism Director General Atia Duncombe included a healthy serving of all the destination offers.
We offer you a Caribbean of islands within the islands of the Bahamas. We have amazing partnerships. And today I'm dubbing it City 16.
But what does that mean? It's the 16th stop on the ministry's North American tour promoting the islands of the Bahamas. It comes on the heels of a record-breaking 8 million visitors at the end of October. But she wasn't the only act on the event card Thursday. Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board Chief Executive Officer Joy Jibrilu giving a glimpse into how good business is going, supported by the heavy online traffic.
4 weeks ago, we saw a 120% increase in visits to our website from the Seattle Tacoma region when compared to the same period last year. And last week, that traffic from Seattle was up 81%. So year-to-date visits from Seattle is up a total of 108%, meaning that the interest is there.
But Seattle natives interested in the Bahamas didn't only hear about a great destination. They also got a taste of Bahamian culture live and in color. Alaska Air's service from Seattle to Nassau is the 101st destination for the airline and is already a convenient and cheaper option for Bahamians living in the area.
This is going to mean the world to me because it's going to make it so much easier for me to get home. This is the first flight from Seattle directly to the Bahamas. And in the past, I've had to do a lot of hops just to reach the Bahamas and then go on further into the outer islands. So this is going to be extremely convenient.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Bertha McDermott.
All right, great news. Well, Grand Bahama gearing up for its 2024 New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade is all set to begin at 6 p.m. on Pioneers Way in Freeport, Grand Bahama on January 1st. The Junkanoo groups are encouraging the public to come out as they plan to put on a spectacular show.
Just be prepared. We're going to be there, and we're going to be in full force. Thanks to all of the Junkanoo groups for allowing us to pick first. We are excited for this first because we want to be the first on the parade to make sure that first place is secured by the Superstar Office.
The main event is going to take place at 3rd with the Platinum Nights, so we want you to be seated properly. And we encourage the fans of Grand Bahama not to leave. We want to encourage the Swingers Junkanoo group to get around their lap, so please don't leave your seats. Encourage them to get around. And the second lap, stay there and get a party out of the Platinum Nights.
We're coming straight out of Africa, a tour through the motherland. You will see some of the native tribes, our warriors, which will be our choreographed section.
As you all know, we have Grand Bahama is filled with a lot of talented musicians, and of course, the women then will be recognizing some of them during our parade.
All right, well, Ricardo Lightbourne of the Bushwhackers Junkanoo group says they are the people's group, while other group leaders say they are ready for the grand show.
And the group that has been synonymous with everything that is indigenous to this country.
The Swingers Junkanoo group will present to you Exploring the Wonderful World of Professions. Let's get to work. We're going to highlight and showcase different job opportunities, different career paths.
The show 2024 Junkanoo Parade does not start until showtime gets on the road. We are the first group on the parade, so I recommend that everybody get in their seats by 5 p.m. because that is when I don't want you to miss anything, because the B division will be hot, on fire.
I'm calling all the Freeport, all island peoples to come and watch something new. We're coming out last, we're bringing something different. So I can't wait to see y'all there.
The Hoop Fest in Paradise basketball tournament kicks off, and we sit down to reflect on the year in swimming. I'll be right back with our sports.
And get your raincoats out as we continue to see heavy rain showers in the capital. Greg is back with your weather details when our news continues.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers.
This is our news. Welcome back. One of the major updates in the anti-doping sports legislation includes the removal of the Director of Sports from the Bahamas Anti-Doping Commission and replacing them with the University of the Bahamas Athletic Director. The bill was passed in the House of Assembly on Wednesday. We got reaction from UB's Athletic Director.
The university certainly is appreciative of not me, but the position of athletic director being placed on that commission. That is nationalistic, and certainly as the national institution, we feel we have a voice. And given where university athletics is and where we intend to go and grow, it certainly makes sense. I like that the commission now has greater autonomy, independent of a minister. They come and they go. And so the persons who are interested I wouldn't say interested, but who have certainly the best interest for sports, those are the persons who are going to be in and out day in, working with sports, genuinely trying to move the needle.
All right, well, Hoop Fest in Paradise begins, and we sit down with the president of the Bahamas Aquatics Federation. Here's Sasha Lightborn with a quick check on sports. Sasha.
Thanks, Natalia. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sasha Lightborn. Hoop Fest in Paradise is underway at the Candle Isaacs Gymnasium, featuring some local Bahamian talent. The second annual Hoop Fest in Paradise High School basketball tournament began today, featuring 10 teams, 6 boys teams, 2 from the Bahamas, and 6 girls teams as well. Glenn Smith is the organizer.
You can expect some high-level basketball from some really good teams, not only from the United States, but we also have 2 all-star teams from here in the Bahamas. You can expect to see some really good young men and young women put their talents on display. So it should be 2 really, really exciting days of basketball.
Bimini native 6'5" guard Vijay Edgecombe plays for Long Island Lutheran High School out of New York. He tells us what it's like to be back home.
I mean, I ain't been home in a long time. First time people from back home got to see me play in person. It's been a long time since they've seen me play, from I was like a little kid. So being able to show my talents to other people instead of them seeing it on social media, but to see in person, it feels great. Being home, get some good food and everything, so it feels good.
Now, as I said, games are being held at the Candle Isaacs Gym, so be sure to go and check out all the action. Moving things over to the swimming pool, the Bahamas dominated in swimming this year. I had a chance to sit down with Bahamas Aquatics President Algernon Cargill to reflect on the year that was.
The highlight for us was winning our 5th consecutive Carifa title. It was never been done before in swimming. As a matter of fact, it's never been done before in any sport. And we're the only country in the Caribbean to have done this. And we're very happy about that.
That's Algernon Cargill, president of Bahamas Aquatics, talking about this year's Carifta swim team, who dominated the games in Curacao back in April. And that wasn't all.
Lamar Taylor, he set an example in the NCAA championships. He's the first Bahamian to win 2 NCAA championships in the same meet. That's really an indescribable accomplishment because it's the first time it's happened, and he's the only one to have done it. We won the country's first Pan-American medal. Lamar Taylor won the bronze in the 50 backstroke, and the 50 freestyle, and that was a great performance by Lamar.
Then there was the Goodwill team who traveled to Jamaica back in August.
They had an outstanding performance in Jamaica. It's the first time we fielded a full team, and it really shows that the strength of our program bodes well for the future success of the program.
That does it for sports for this week. I'm Sasha Lightborn. Have a great and safe weekend, everyone.
Lots of rain and cloudy skies on this Friday. Greg is back with your extended weather forecast when our news returns. Stay with us.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and to be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a
Welcome back to our news. Another rainy and cool day in the capital. Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Natalia. Wicked weather pattern across our area. We do have that gale watch and warning still in effect for the Northwest Bahamas and the remainder of the islands. The warning is for the Northwest Bahamas. There's a low pressure system that's taking shape across the Gulf of Mexico. That will track towards the northeast, and that in turn will be dragging some more weather across us, and those tight pressure gradients will tighten even further. So we're looking at some very strong winds across the northwest and portions of the central Bahamas throughout the entire chain, as a matter of fact. Of course, the gale warnings will continue through the weekend and into the early part of next week. Showers and thunderstorms, taking a look at the future forecast across the northwest Bahamas. Most of that will stay in place, and here comes the mess. Lots of showers and thunderstorms through the weekend and into Sunday, but we do expect things to clear up by the weekend and into early portions of next week. Boating forecast, gale warning once again. Small craft remain in port. Easterly winds 25 to 30 knots, 5 to 8 foot seas up to 14 feet. High tide will be at 9:36 tonight. The low tide taking place at 3:39 in the morning. For the central and southeast Bahamas, northeast to east winds 20 to 25 knots. Sea is very rough, 5 to 8 feet and up to 12 feet along Atlantic exposures. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, we'll keep the showers in the forecast through Sunday. That frontal boundary moves through us, but much improved weather expected by the early part of next week. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe weekend, everybody.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, Greg. And thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening. Your Hallmark Holiday Classic, Open by Christmas, starts right now.
As you all know, CBL has been at the center of driving digital transformation, particularly coming off